And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
As a kid, I was extremely disappointed to find that Tic Attack Toe was a game that just was going to end in a tie, that it just didn't work out properly at all. So when here we have Tic Attack Toe, the card game, I thought, this looks like the sort of thing that you're going to find in Target and Walmart. People are going to buy it just because it's a small, compact card game. But you know what? It's not half bad, which means it's more than half good. Which, it's just a quick little card game. Comes in its own container that actually is used as part of the game. I thought it's a pretty nifty little thing. But you be the judge as I show you. The game comes in this funky looking box, but it comes in that way for a reason, as I said, because you can pop the lid off, take the cards off, and then here you have your board. This is where you'll be playing your cards. One person takes all the X cards, which, as you notice, are actually cut into the shape of an X, pretty neat. The other person takes all the O cards, and you put a pile of score cards over here near the board. Players will shuffle their decks, and then they'll draw 6 cards. And look at the numbers on these cards, which will range from 1 to 12, and there's a wild. On your turn, you place a card anywhere you want in the grid, and like any tic-tac-toe, you're trying to get 3 in a row. Now, as you place these cards into the grid, you are allowed to place a number that is higher than a number that's on the board on top of a card that's on the board. So you can see that if for example, here if I have higher than a 5, I place a 7 here. Woohoo! And I take a scoring card. Now on the other player's turn, they're going to hopefully try to stop me and put down cards that I can't put higher than. For example, they might play the 11 there, thinking they have foiled me, but little do they know, I have drawn in my hand the 12, which gives me another scoring card. However, there is no number higher than 12, but the wild can be played on top of any number, which sounds great, except any number can be played on top of the wild. And so the game progresses. If at any point in time you can't play legally anywhere on the board, for example, all the numbers there are filled up with your X's, or the numbers are too high for you to cover, you show your opponent your hand, you clear the board, you lose a turn, and you continue on. It's a very simple game. It's tic-tac-toe with numbers. Okay, let's face it, there's nothing really spectacular about this game, but I'm going to keep it and I'm going to enjoy it because of the simple fact that it's taken tic-tac-toe and brought it to a level that actually makes it fun. Everyone knows about tic-tac-toe, everyone knows how to play these cards, and yet it's a very simple little light 2-player game. Part of me is intrigued by the cool box that also becomes a framework for the tic-tac-toe board, but hey, I've always wanted tic-tac-toe to be playable, and this does the trick. So you'll probably be able to find this easy, carry it around in your pocket, well maybe with that kind of weird case, but just playing it simply, I think this is going to have a strong appeal, especially to children or people who just simply still get a kick out of doing tic-tac-toe during the boss's meeting. I don't know. We're not talking about anything great here, but I still like it.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.